जन्मोजन्मी आम्ही बहु पुण्य केले. Malhar has a way of remembering rains.
मगर क्या बारिश होती है राग मल्हार गाने के बाद?
हाँ बिल्कुल. राग मल्हार के जैसे साउथ इंडियन क्लासिकल म्यूजिक में देर इज अ राग कॉल्ड अमृत वर्षिणी. पहाड़ी धुनों से पहाड़ी राग आया, कहीं राजस्थानी मांड से राग मांड आया.
Mahesh Kale, welcome to CNN News 18.
थैंक यू सो मच विशाल जी.
Mahesh, you are a US-based Indian singer. You were also honored with the National Award for the Best Playback Singer for the Marathi film Katyar Kaljat Ghusli in the year 2016. And now you're honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Consul General of India in San Francisco. Did this come as a surprise to you, considering your age?
Absolutely came as a surprise. Especially because the previous year I got the youth icon from Maharashtra. So to get a lifetime achievement award, the very next year came as a surprise. Although, there are different ways people want to express their feelings, their happiness. And I have learned to accept it wholeheartedly. So I just take it as a blessing and an ashirwad for what's to come.
So, earlier this year, you organized and performed at AbhangWari concert in US.
Yes.
Please tell us about this Abhang genre and what attracted you to this genre of music.
So I have grown up singing the devotional songs in Maharashtra, which are called Abhang. And it has been a part of my life. When I was approached by the BMM, which is the Bruhan Maharashtra Mandal, which is an aegis body of all the Maharashtra Mandals here in the US, they have a convention every 2 years. And this was happening in our town in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I thought we want to make sure that has a very culturally deep-rooted aesthetic that is in it. And I think worship bhakti is one of the most important and relevant uh, sentiment right now. So I decided to curate this program called AbhangWari, which leads you through the ancient philosophy of the saints of Maharashtra, the philosophy which is very relevant even today.
Which are some of the famous songs in this genre?
If you have heard Bhimsenji, you must know Maze Maher Pandhari Ahe Bhivare Chati. If you've heard my Guruji Pandit Jitendra Abhisheki, you must know Abhira Gulala Udhari Taranga. So these are all very all known songs all over. To an extent, when I was in Chennai, I was asked to do a Kannada Raja Pandharita, which has kind of become popular. I went to Punjab, I was asked to sing some abhangs by my Punjabi uh, friends and folks. So it has kind of had a universal appeal, because whether you worship a certain god or not, the sentiment of bhakti, devotion, and surrender, I think, is a very common denomination to all of us.
Would you like to sing a few lines of your favorite song yet for your fans?
Sure. जन्मोजन्मी आम्ही बहु पुण्य केले. जन्मोजन्मी आम्ही बहु पुण्य केले. तेव्हा या विठ्ठले कृपा केली. तेव्हा या विठ्ठले कृपा केली. जन्मोजन्मी आम्ही बहु पुण्य केले.
Wow, what a lovely voice you have.
I want to translate that to you if you didn't understand it. Janmo janmi ami bahu punya ke liye. I must have done good punya or good deeds in the past few lives that Vitthal, which is the deity here, has called me his own. So it's a very beautiful, innocent sentiment.
Now, you are a renowned vocalist, specialized in Indian classical music, semi-classical, devotional music. But, please tell us about your early days and your musical journey.
Well, I was born in a family. I'm the first professional classical musician in my whole family. But I was born in a family like many others, where music was a big part of life in general. You know, it didn't matter what the celebration was, whether it was a birthday or it was a thread ceremony or it was any other festival, Diwali, Ganpati. It'll always culminate into a mehfil. सारे त्योहार गाने में खत्म होते थे. We used to conclude them with music. So music has not been a subject for me to study, but it has been a part of my life. That is how I grew up. My mother was a singer. She had learned Indian classical music from the great Srimati Veena Tai Sahasrabudhe. So I learned from her until my voice changed. When my voice changed, I was very, very lucky to be accepted as a disciple of Pandit Jitendra Abhisheki, and that was a turning point in my musical perspective, because you know it's difficult. It's one thing to sing, but it's one thing to feel and carry music when you're not singing. So that is what happened to me when I was in grade 10. 10th standard की एग्जाम देने के बाद रिजल्ट्स की जब राह देख रहे थे तब वो हुआ. Then I continued to do music. I've always had two parallel tracks, you know, where music has been a significant part of my life. If it gets very stressful, I would actually sing. Um, I took engineering. I did electronics engineering in Pune. Then I came here to UC Santa Barbara in 2001. Did my master's in multimedia engineering. Went to school to do my master's in multimedia engineering. Then I moved to the Bay Area and did another master's in engineering management. But all this while, I don't remember a time when music has not been a companion of mine. And when the second master's was over, that is when I had to sit and decide whether I wanted to do music as a, a very sincere hobby or something that I want to do passionately as my full-time pursuit. And I decided to give myself a year, and it has been about 15 since.
Lovely. You are someone who understands the value and the characters of various ragas. So today, would you please like to tell us about Rag Malhar?
Mhm.
And does it really has that power to bring out rain?
Most of the things are symbolic if you look at it. Uh, and then again, you know, it's two words against each other. I am a sincere believer in Hindustani classical music. I will not say that there is no power in music that will not bring rains, but it has always been associated with the rains. Malhar has a way of remembering rains, and quite a few times metaphorically. जब बारिश होती है आपको अदरक वाली चाय या भजियां खाने जैसे लगता है. हमको जब हम बारिश होती है तो मल्हार के सुर ऐसे ही कानों पे पड़ते हैं, बगैर गाए, बगैर सुने, बगैर माहौल हुए. तो it is a very strong symbolic correlation to all musicians right now. And so much so that there are festivals in rainy season where there are concerts that are specific to Raag Malhar.
मगर क्या बारिश होती है राग मल्हार गाने के बाद?
मुझे लगता है कि मैं थोड़ा साइंस का स्टूडेंट हूँ, तो कभी कभार लगता है कि शायद इसमें उतना तथ्य नहीं है, लेकिन मैं म्यूजिक का भी स्टूडेंट हूँ. तो जो सुर भगवान ने पैदा किए हुए हैं, अगर उनको सच्चे पाक मन से गाओ तो इसकी गुंजाइश आप इसको नहीं नहीं कह सकते.
मतलब हो सकता.
हाँ, बिल्कुल.
तो देन और कौन से
देखो,
राग?
श्रद्धा के साथ आप देखिए, सबसे श्रद्धा और सबूरी साईं बाबा ने कहा हुआ है, इनके साथ आप कुछ भी चीजें हासिल कर सकते हो, तो भगवान जी बारिश क्यों नहीं करेंगे?
So then please give us few lines of your favorite Rag Malhar song.
नो, आई डू समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग. राग मल्हार के आपने काफी सारे
मैंने एक भी
गाने.
सुना है तो मैं इसलिए
नहीं
कहूंगा
नहीं,
कि
मैं थोड़ा उसका कोरोलरी सुनाना चाहता हूँ. If I've taken this pursuit of also trying to teach myself Carnatic compositions or Carnatic ragas more. तो राग मल्हार के जैसे साउथ इंडियन क्लासिकल म्यूजिक में there is a rag called Amrita Varshini,
Okay.
which also symbolizes the rain. तो उसमें I have composed a bandish. I will sing that bandish. ताल सुर गान बखान ताल सुर गान बखान गुरु बिन कैसे पाऊ ज्ञान गुरु बिन कैसे पाऊ ज्ञान ताल सुर गान बखान ताल सुर गान ताल सुर गान ताल सुर गान.
Oh, nice. What a lovely, lovely voice you have.
Thank you so much.
Today, live entertainment industry is witnessing a boom. We're seeing so many
Mm.
live shows happening in the country. Singers from the West, like Ed Sheeran, are engaging with Indian audiences, with Indian fans. You had a multi-city tour in Australia last month, and in November you'll be performing again in India.
Mm.
How do you see the evolution of Indian audiences who come to attend your shows?
Well, they evolve in the exact same way that they evolve with life. See, music is any art is a reflection of life. पहले के जमाने में जो बड़े बुजुर्ग होते थे, पंडित लोग जो गाना गाते थे, उनकी आंखों में आप नहीं देखोगे, सिर्फ ऐसे ही रहोगे, पैर छुओगे और पीछे हट जाओगे. बट टुडेज व्हेन आई मीट विथ ऑल दोस फोक्स, वो पैर जरूर छूते हैं मेरे, लेकिन फिर बाद में सेल्फी की भी अपेक्षा करते हैं. तो जमाना थोड़ा बदला है, बट सी द कोर sentiments of human beings have not changed. Okay, when you feel sad you cry, when you feel happy you laugh, when you are excited you jump. So if music is a true reflection of these core emotions, then with the advancement or changes in the society, we might express them in a different way. But beneath that expression, the feeling I think is the same. मतलब के I went to New Zealand, Australia and New Zealand was the tour that I was doing. There were so many young kids that actually grew up in New Zealand. They had listened to my songs because they've listened to the songs are all available online. The happiness and excitement with which they met me after said nothing about them being far removed from the culture of India. Because, India is a sentiment that we carry with us everywhere. And music is a huge part of that sentiment.
Let's talk about your song from the Marathi film Katyar, Kaljat, Ghusli, for which you were honored with the National Award.
Yes.
This was, of course, in the year 2016. How your life changed post the big honor?
Well, suddenly that's the power of the medium. एक साथ अनेक सारे सिनेमा घरों में चली फिल्म, और वो चली, तो फिर चली इसका मतलब ये है कि जितने सारे लोग थे उन्होंने सारों ने फिल्म देखी. जिन्होंने फिल्म देखी, ये वैसे जो गाना है, द सॉन्ग इज द क्लाइमैक्स, the
Yeah.
movie ends with the song.
Yes.
So if you have seen the movie, if the movie has made a big impact on you, then this song has a big part of that impact. So then, because especially I live in the Western world, the people were like, ये कौन है, ये किन की आवाज है? And then suddenly there was a demand. I remember I went to promote the film with my friend. I was there 15 days before the film, and I had booked myself for a return ticket 4 days after the premiere was done, just to hang about and celebrate. I could not come for 9 months because there was such a huge demand and curiosity. I stayed back, and the demand is still there. And it will be 10 years next year since the movie release. So it will be reasonable to say that it has cut the corner in bringing the awareness of Indian classical music to the unlikely young audience that understands Marathi. So it's had a huge impact on me, but it has also had a huge impact on people, especially the youngsters.
So then, the obvious question: when will we hear Mahesh Kale's voice in a Hindi film?
जैसे कट्यार फिल्म हुई, वैसे फिल्म होना, वो अगेन इट्स अ डिवाइन इंटरवेंशन थिंग। क्योंकि नहीं तो फिर ऐसे कितने सारे फिल्म आती है चली जाती, कितने गाने होते चले जाते, याद भी नहीं रहते, अनफॉर्चुनेटली। फिर आई एक्चुअली आई एम प्राइमरीली an Indian classical musician. That is my primary focus.
That's
The reason why I would take, accept, sing a song in any film is because it serves this primary intention. So then the the focus becomes limited for the composers to offer a song that will fit. अभी गा रहा हूँ, चल रहा है, तो कोई ना कभी आके पूछेगा। अब फिलहाल तो there has been many, but nothing that interests me, nothing in the scope where I think I can use this song to further my ambition with Indian classical music. Let's put it that way.
you, of course, have collaborated with Zakir Hussain, with Stanley Jordan, with Aruna Sairam, and Trilok Guttu.
Yes.
Which are some of the other musicians whom you like to team up with now?
I would love to collaborate with Indian folk artists, because Deshi and Margi Sangeet is how these two genres have coexisted. कभी पहाड़ी धुनों से पहाड़ी राग आया, कहीं राजस्थानी मांड से राग मांड आया, कभी शास्त्रीय संगीत से इंस्पायर होके कुछ धुनें फोक संगीत में गई। आई वुड लव टू कोलैबोरेट विद फोक म्यूजिशियंस इन इंडिया and abroad. I would love to do something with bluegrass music. It's very peppy. I think शुद्ध सुर के राग जो है उनके साथ बड़े अच्छे जचेंगे। तो there's a lot of people, that a lot of percussionists, a lot of different instruments. African music has amazing vocal texture. They have very intricate rhythm cycles. So ऐसा मान लीजिए हर देश के कम से कम एक म्यूजिशियन के साथ मुझे कोलैबोरेट करना है, और भारत के अनेक।
So then, Konsa, which is that folk song that you've been lately humming for yourself?
एक्चुअली ना, कल ही यहाँ पे एक म्यूजिशियन आई थी, उनको मैंने, मेरा ही कंपोजिशन है जो मैंने उनको शेयर किया उनके साथ। तो वो है तो वैसे मैंने जैसे कहा कि शास्त्रीय संगीत, लेकिन वो फोक जैसा नजर आता है।
कैसे साउंड करता है वो?
कबीर जी का, के राम नाम रस भीनी, हाँ राम नाम रस भीनी, चदरिया चदरिया झीनी रे झीनी, झीनी रे झीनी, झीनी रे झीनी, झीनी रे झीनी। मेरी पैदाइश के बाद के पहले 2.5-3 साल में बनारस में था। तो हाल ही में बनारस में गया, तो गंगा मैया से प्रार्थना की कि कुछ कबीर जी के कंपोजिशन से कुछ मेरा हो जाए, तो ये हुआ।
You, of course, have, like I said, collaborated with many musicians on stage. How often has that happened, or you experience when a duet between two musicians became a duel, or where you experienced two musicians competing with each other on the stage? Has that happened?
I've seen that as an audience, but it has never happened with me. I make sure that I only take up those engagements that I will enjoy. I tend to make my fellow musicians as comfortable as I can. And I'll share a story. There's a duo singers. They are brothers from Carnatic music. We were going to sing in Chennai. So in one of our preliminary calls, they said the only big problem that we have is your scale. आप ऊंचे सुर में गाते हो, हम बहुत नीचे गाते हो। मैंने बोला कोई बात नहीं, हम आपके सुर में गाएंगे।
Well, I just want to wish you all the best in the end, and looking forward to lots more.
Thank you
And
so much.
really wanted to listen to what you do next. Thank you so much for your time, and all the best. And jate jate, would you like to give us few lines of the song for which you got the national award from the Marathi film Katyar Kalijat Ghusli?
Yes,
Please,
but I also had a very special moment with अभंगवारी that we just discussed about.
please,
लेकिन
yeah.
ये जो गाना है ना, ये मेरे से talking about divine in intervention and why I think it can rain when you sing Malhar, because I'm not a poet. मैंने बंदिशें करी हैं, लेकिन ये अभंगवारी इस नाम से मेरे से टाइटल ट्रैक लिखा गया। तो
Please,
मैं वो थोड़ा सा आपको अगर सुनाऊं तो बड़ा अच्छा लगा। भैरवी में है हमारे क्लासिकल प्रथा में, समापन भैरवी राग से करते, तो वो भी उसमें जचेगा।
no.
वसे जो देव चराचरी, वसे जो देव चराचरी, कृपा करी आम्हावरी। वसे जो देव चराचरी, कृपा करी आम्हावरी। करूया विठूची अभंगवारी, करूया विठूची अभंगवारी, करूया विठूची अभंगवारी।
Thank you so much, and looking forward to meeting you next time when you're in India. All the
जरूर जी।